Hey, what's up, everybody? Today I want to shoot a quick video on how to create a template in ZipForms. This is really something you should be doing as a new agent, and it's going to save you a ton of time. This is a no-brainer, especially if you're writing multiple offers, if you're dealing with multiple buyers or something of that sort. Having a template set up is going to save you a ton of time, and I'm surprised as to how many agents actually don't have this set up and how many brokers haven't set their agents up with a template. This is one of the first things I do for all of my agents. It helps them save some time. So I'm just going to dive right into it. As you can see, I'm actually here in ZipForms, and we're going to go to template, which we're already at. From here, what we're going to do is we're just going to create a new template, and we're going to drop the documents that we need right into that. So we're going to go new. Which one are we create a new listing or we create a new purchase agreement, right? So we're going to go with new purchase agreement, right? We're going to name it. So I'm going to name this one test 2020 just because that's what it is, and this is a residential. I don't want right here, I do not want to apply this to every template automatically. So we're gonna leave that checked, and we're gonna go into save. I'm gonna try to move fast, so if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. But I want to make this a quick video, not too long, because we can be on this for a long time. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna add documents into our template. Right here it's telling you, you know that we're modifying the purchase template. So we're going to go here, and we're just going to add the first form that we're going to add is going to be our cover sheet. That's the bread and butter right there. That's where a lot of the magic happens. Then we're going to add the RPA, the residential purchase agreement. So for today's purposes, you can add all kinds of other stuff in here, right? If you're doing a coronavirus uh, addendum, you can add it in here. But for today, all I want to do is these things because I want to show you how a template works and how you can use it to your advantage to write multiple offers really fast. So the cover sheet is really, like I said, the bread and butter. Um, when you create a transaction, this is where you're going to work off of the cover sheet, or that's where you put all the information. For the time being, all I want you to really consider is this information here, right? The broker's firm, I'm going to write where I'm at, which is HomeSmart Realty Group, and it's already down here, right? The address is 8141 East 2nd Street, Suite 502, right? We are in Downey. That's what I love, all these drop downs now after you fill it out once. We're going to go with California. The zip code is 90241, right? And the phone number, you can write that in. I got to be honest, I usually don't have it filled out until it's actually the buyer's agent phone number or seller number. Since we all use cell phones now, that's really the most important one. So I'm just going to fill that part out, 7349, that's my cell phone number. And then the email here, which is jgarcia.orlando@gmail.com. And these are all very important. This is what's going to appear in that one page 10 of your RPA. And anywhere else that you need your name to appear. Or actually, sorry, buyer's agent's name. I just realized I forgot that. Okay. Buyer's agent phone number, you could write that same thing there, right? 562-413-7349. It's just going to duplicate it over there. Your license number for us is 0198, 0196, sorry, this one, 8349. And then your DRE license goes here, 01221478, right? So that's it. And then we're going to save it. And we're going to go back. Remember, this is just our template. So anything that we're doing in our template is going to be stored here, right? So this is where you would change things in your RPA that you always want on your RPA. If it's customary for that to be on there, this is where you're going to add it. You can see that the names are automatically populated in here because it's pulling from your cover sheet, right? So one thing that you can do is, you know what, I'm always going to be the buyer, or if you're writing for somebody else, you be the seller. Anything that you do on here, you could just come back and check it off if it doesn't pertain to this. For example, let's shoot down to seller pays for NHD, right? And then you decide that on this, you're going to go with that one. On my template, I rarely change anything. I just go through and I check off what is customary, right? For customary for him to pay this, seller pay that, the seller will pay for that. Buyer and seller both pay for their own. So usually I think I have it written as buyer and seller each pay their own fees. Escrow holder shall be, you can write seller's choice or whatever. As you go through, you'll just find stuff, right? And boom. Again, talk to your office manager or your broker to find out what is customary in your area and what's customary for your office, how they want you to fill this out. Every office is different. Every office requires different documentation, different items. So I just want to show you the very basic of how this template is going to work. So now we're going to back out, and actually it's automatically saved once you back out. Now let's say that we go back to the list and we go, actually let's go to the dashboard, right? And now we're going to go to transactions. Now I want to create a new transaction. I'm going to go to new. I want a new purchase offer because guess what? I have buyers that want to write an offer. So I'm going to name it 1234 Main Street. Leave it as that. And then if you're doing an MLS Connect, now's the time right here, right? You could do that. That's what I always recommend. It's going to save you a ton of time as well. It'll autofill a lot of the items here. We're going to do a residential and then select the template. This is where you're going to add the template, right? So which one? We're going to go with test 2020. You're going to save it. And remember, this is called 1234 Main Street. Now we're here. It's pulling off. So if you look, we're going to go into documents, and in documents, we already have the cover sheet and we have the residential purchase agreement. Like I said, this is where the magic happens. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go in and fill out buyer's information, right? So we're going to go buyer A and then buyer's email address, which are the only two things that I really care about. Buyer A, see, I already have filled out at gmail.com. And then here we're going to do the same thing for buyer B. Buyer B, and then we're going to go with buyerb@gmail.com right here, already filled out for me. If we have the seller's information, which I always add the seller's information just because it looks a lot cleaner, the seller name is going to go seller A, and then we don't have their address, and that's fine. But if you have seller's name here, we're going to write it in, right? Seller B. Again, we don't have their email or anything like that, so that's fine. If you did the MLS Connect, a lot of this information here is going to be filled in for you, right? But let's say that I wanted a purchase price of, I don't know, 575,000. Okay. And then the purchase agreement date would be today, right? And then 30 days from today, we're going to close. You can leave that, whatever it is. You're filling all that stuff out in here if it's not filled out, right? So deposit amount, we're going to go 5,000. Did I fill out 5,000 there? You see how it auto corrects everything, right? Offer date, offer anything here, anything that's not filled out in your cover sheet, I'm sorry, in your up here because of the MLS Connect, you just fill it out in here. And again, if you have any problems with that, ask your office manager or your broker to help you out with that. This is where you would fill in all the seller's information. So we're going to go, seller's broker firm would be broker, let's just name it selling broker or seller's broker. Okay. And then you fill out all the information here as you go. All right. Once I'm gonna hit save just because I want to show you guys what it looks like in this transaction. We're gonna go back. Okay. And now you'll see that everything that I did in the cover sheet is going to be populated here in the RPA, right? So look, there's buyer A and there's buyer B. Okay, same thing, buyer A, buyer B, seller A, seller B. All the information is auto-populated into your RPA. That's what I'm telling you, that this is going to save you a ton of time. Everything that's filled out in your cover sheet is going to be filled out in here along with anything else. So you could just go through and you could see how everything gets filled out, populated from your cover sheet, right? Here's, like, you'll see all the information is in here, license information, my license information, everywhere. So it's all set up and all good to go. That's it. That's about all I have right now, guys. Remember, if you have any other questions about this or anything else, shoot me a message, shoot me a text, DM me, do get a hold of me somehow, because this is really meant to save you a ton of time. And if you have any problems with it, I'll be more than happy to help. You should also ask your broker or your office manager to help you set up a template, because you should have, I have, a few templates, and you should have a template set up for your buyer agreement, for your listing agreements, whether it's or if you have, if you deal with leases, do a lease agreement template with whatever forms and documents they need. So that will save you a bunch of time. All right, guys. So, till the next time, don't forget to reach out if you have any questions. I'll talk to you soon.